Here are 3 movements for core, not six-pack core or abdominal core, but deep core, intra-abdominal pressure core, the type of core that stabilizes your lower back and makes your movements feel fluid. Core press and pedal, plank knee up, Sphinx, cat, and cow. For the core press and pedal, put a block underneath your head. And if you have a rubbery resistance band, it is excellent on your feet. And then press hands into thighs, thighs into hands. With every inhale, you want to expand the lower ribs, front, back, side to side, what we call breathing with circumference. And then exhale, pelvic floor up, belly down, ribs in and down. So there's this tightening of the corset of the core. Stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. And then you can start to pedal the legs. You're going to exhale, extend one leg out. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, extend the other leg. Inhale, draw in. I like the hands to stay on the thighs, and then there's a light pressure of hand into leg, leg into hand. It actually aids the core. The farther away the leg goes and the closer to the floor, the more intense the engagement will be. Keep the belly down, ribs in and down the whole time. If you feel any gripping, pinching, pulling in the hip flexors or your neck or your jaw, do less. Focus on the core. That just tells you that superficial muscles are trying to do the core work for you. Similar but different is the plank knee up. On hands and knees, walk your knees back a little bit and then pull hands to knees and knees to hands like you're trying to scrunch up your mat. Take an inhale here, that scrunching, pulling into the midline, and then exhale, press through your heels and lift the knees up. Keep going, bend your knees. This time they can hover off the floor. Pull hands to knees and knees to hands. And then exhale, straighten, push through the legs, push through the hands. It's like power is emanating from your core. One more, bend your knees and hug in. Keep hips and shoulders about the same height. And then exhale, straighten with strength. Sphinx, cat, and cow. Again, this is excellent with a resistance band on the forearms. And you'll inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, lift belly up, ribs in and up, but keep the thighs down for the first 2 or 3. Here's some add-ons. When you pull the chest forward, you can hover the elbows and hover the feet. Exhale, belly up, ribs in and up, and again for the first few, keep the thighs down. It'll help you focus on the core. Then you can add on by not just lifting the elbows and the feet, but you'll move forearms down and you'll come onto the knees. Belly up, ribs in and up. You cannot overdo the cat. Do 2 or 3 of those. Again, hovering the elbows will add more arm, upper body work. Belly up, ribs in and up, and you can float onto the knees, round your upper back. And then inhale, pull the chest forward into Sphinx. Here's the last one. You'll curl the toes under and exhale, lift into forearm plank. And then inhale back into Sphinx. And what makes this core work is the lift and lifting from the corset of the core. This is perhaps one of the most effective core techniques I've taught, other than the core press, in all my years of teaching. A few tips for when you're on your own. Core work is challenging because superficial muscles tend to engage, like the neck, the upper traps, the hip flexors, like psoas. So when you feel that, it is a signal to do less, go back, so that you actually engage the core. Core is based on your breathing. You want to inhale, feel expansion in side ribs, front ribs, back ribs, and then exhale. There's a knitting in of the upper abdominal fibers. The front ribs come in and down, side ribs in and down, back body stays full. As all of this is happening in the upper abdominals, there's something very similar happening in the pelvic floor. And the sign that you've got the pelvic floor is the low belly scoops up and in, but that's really coming from the pelvic floor. So just like there's that inhale and expanding of the ribs, there's an inhale and the pelvic floor drops down. And then on the exhale, the pelvic floor lifts up and that pulls the low belly back. And then you add the contraction in the upper abdominal fibers and the ribs. It's a lot, it takes time, but especially if core has been elusive, it's probably because you're not breathing properly. If this is helpful and you'd like more, check out the Breathe Better Challenge. It is part of the free intro membership of the app. It'll teach you breathing for core strength. If you have a toolkit, don't miss Core Essentials. And there's deep core development in the curated collections.